Hi everybody, this is Teresa from Tease Toppers. Thanks for joining me today. I just wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to work up the Wonder Infinity Scarf that I've created. The scarf is a really easy pattern. It's worked with just double crochet stitches, and the only trouble you might have with is your beginning stitch and your end stitch of each row. So I'm going to walk you through it and how to do it. It's really easy, and it's just a repeat of 90 rows and then slip stitching it together at the end. All right, let's get started. What I use for this pattern is the Red Heart Unforgettable yarn. This one is Tealberry. It's one of my favorite colors in their colorways. And you will also require a 6mm J-hook for this project. Okay, so to get started, we'll need to chain 42 stitches. Okay, so this is how I do my chain. Here is the end. Just going to wrap it around. Okay, then I'm going to stick my hook underneath and grab that yarn, pull it through, and now just tighten it, and then take both ends and just tighten them. All right, so now just chain 42 stitches. So yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through, and just do that until you have 42 chain stitches. Now you don't want to do this too tight because you want to be able to slip stitches together at the end, and because on our first row we're going to work in the back bumps, which I'll show you. So I'll meet you back here in one moment as soon as I have all 42 chains done. Now that we have our 42 chain stitches, okay, we're going to work. So this is the front of your stitch here. We're going to flip our work over and we're going to work in the back stitch, in the back bumps here of our stitches. Okay, so we've chained 42. So we're going to skip this first back bump and we're going to work in this next back bump here. So we're going to just do a double crochet into that back bump. So yarn over, go through the bump, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through your first 2 loops, not all 3, yarn over and pull through your last 2. Okay, now I want to chain 1 stitch. Okay, and then I'm going to skip this next bump and I'm going to go into the next bump. Okay, so yarn over again, yarn over, go through, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through your last 2. Again, you're going to just chain 1, you're going to skip that one, and you're going to go into your next one. All just double crochets. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2. Chain 1, skip 1, and go into your next one. Okay, so that's what we want to do all the way across until you get to the end of your row. All right, so just keep working like that all the way across. So you can see here I've worked mine all the way across and I have 1 chain stitch left. So I am going to, because I've already chained, I've done my double crochet and I've chained 1, and I'm going to go into that last stitch. Okay. Okay, now I want to chain 1. I'm going to turn my work and I'm going to work right back in this first stitch, right above that double crochet. So in that first stitch, I want to do a double crochet right into that stitch. I'm not going to chain 1. not yet, because I want to work right into this chain space now. So just do a double crochet and go right into that space. I'm just going to grab some more yarn here. Stop pulling. There you go. Now for the remainder of this row, I want to chain one, and I want to only work in the chain spaces. So just do a double crochet into your next chain space. Chain one, do a double crochet into your next chain space. Chain one, double crochet, chain one. So you just want to keep working. I'll just put this down for a second. You just want to keep working that pattern all the way across. Okay, keep working that pattern across, and I'll meet you at the end. So I've made it all the way across my row. So right now I have just 1 second here. I have only one chain space left. So I want to work my next double crochet into that chain space at the end of this row. Okay. Chain one again, and then right here, this will be your double crochet that you went up on. So you want to double crochet your last stitch right in to the top of the double crochet from the row before. Okay, so yarn over. It's usually, and it's that stitch right there that's kind of twisted, so you have to kind of look at it. Okay, this way, this will keep you having a nice even straight edge all the way through your entire scarf. Okay, chain one, turn, and you're going to repeat that row again. So right in that first stitch, you want to do your first double crochet, don't chain one on this first one, work your next double crochet right in that first chain space. Okay, so you see it gives it that nice, every second row is thicker on the end. Okay, now you want to chain one and work your next double crochet into your chain space, and you're just going to repeat like that again all the way across your row. Double crochet in the space, chain one, double crochet in the space, chain one. So just keep repeating that all the way across the row. And you guys, now the whole pattern is that, just in repeat. And if you just want to repeat that and do 90 rows, and it gives you a nice fitted infinity scarf at the end. And if you want to, you can block it or seam it, and that will give you actual extra length if you are looking for a more relaxed look of it. So I will meet you back here after you complete 90 rows of this, and I will show you how I slip stitch it together. All right, good luck. So I now have all 90 rows of the scarf done. So you can see how nice the edge is, with the one side being, with every second row being like the double-sided. It just gives it a nice straight edge when you make sure that you go into that very corner stitch. All right, aren't these colors just amazing? The teal berry from Red Heart Unforgettable is an amazing, gorgeous color. All right, so now that I have my scarf finished, okay, I was just on my 90th row, and I chained one after I did my double crochet, and again in this very last stitch here, right there, you can see the little V. I'm going to do my final double crochet in that very last stitch here. And now I always chain one up before I start to attach my work. I just do. I don't know why. I don't know if it makes any difference if you don't. But now we just want to slip stitch it together. So I usually put my row in the back that I have my yarn coming from. And we're just going to fold your scarf in half. Okay, so now I have this side, which is the reason why I do the back bump, is because now I can see the nice V's very easily to work with when I'm going to slip stitch this together. Okay, so I'm going to, using my hook, I'm going to go into my first V stitch. Okay, okay, so it's in there. And now I'm going to pick up my other end, and there's the chain one stitch. I'm not going to go into that one. I'm going to go into the one right beside it. Now I'm going to put my loop back on my hook. Okay, just grab that yarn so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, now I'm going to pull it through that stitch and this one, so we can start slip stitching that together. Now we're just going to line up all your stitches, and you can't see that, it's gone a little bit fuzzy. So we're just going to continue to slip stitch this row, and make sure that you just go into the stitch part. Don't go all the way through, don't go into the chain, and you just want to continue to slip stitch it all the way to the end of your scarf. Just go through each stitch, pull it right through, and there you go. Go into your next one. Sometimes it's easier if you just work with them one at a time. Pull it right through, pull it through your stitch. I hope you guys can see that very good now. The color got really dark suddenly. Okay, and go through your stitch one more time, I'll show you. And through your other stitch. Now pull it through, then pull it through your stitch. So just slip stitch this whole thing together, and then we're going to weave in our ends and we'll be done. Alright everybody, so I finished my last slip stitch here, and again what I do at the end of my work before I just pull my yarn through is I always chain one, and then I'll pull my end through. Okay, and now all you have to do left is to weave in two little ends. That's it. So this is your seam for your slip stitch, and you're just gonna weave in those two little ends, and you now have a beautiful infinity scarf. Turn it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you enjoyed it, be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss anything else. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Good luck and have fun with your infinity scarves.